All right, what's up, everybody? Back for another one. My old buddy, old bandmate, Jason Hagar. Jason, great to have you. How you feeling?
Great to be here.
Awesome.
Feeling good.
Awesome. I wanted to make the theme of this particular episode a return to Rockstardom. A bit of a Cinderella story, because I feel
I am
just
a princess.
I know you are. No, at least from my perspective, I think this is such an amazing story, and there's so many of us that are so proud of you because of this. And just to set the stage, for those that don't know, or a recap of the people that do know, and kind of just a bit of Chimaira history in a nutshell here. I'm just going to try to lay this out as quickly as I can, and then I want you to just jump in and take over with it. But 1998-ish, you had been grinding it in local bands for a long time. You decide you want to do it for real, and you call up Mark Hunter, who was in the same boat, also local bands for years. You guys say to each other, we want to do this for real. We want to take it all the way. Enough just playing local shows. Let's get a record deal. Let's do it. You recruit some guys like myself, Andals, eventually Chris and Jim join the fold, but we're all guys like-minded that want to do it for real. And we get the opportunity. We get signed to Roadrunner. Things start happening. Go record, big studio, make Pass out of existence. And then out of the blue, you have to leave it all behind. That dream that had come true right there, you had to let go, but for a commemorable reason. Your wife had gotten pregnant. You decided you want to be home to raise your son. Who can argue with that? But you gave up a lot, and that had to tear your heart out. Then to see Chimaira go on and do all the great things too. But let's rewind a little bit before, probably a year or more before that. Chimaira is still just a local band, playing just locally around Cleveland and stuff. And we happen to be the opening local band in Toledo, Ohio, for a national act coming through called Spine Shank.
Yep.
All right. I don't know anything of them really, except they were on Roadrunner. Didn't know, hadn't really heard their music, anything like that. But we're there at that show that night, little club in Toledo. This is how I heard it unfolded. Mark started talking to Mike Sarkeesian, the guitar player, Spine Shank at the time, said, hey.
I was in there with him when he talked to him.
Can we do the rest of the tour with you? Just like a question that, you expect to be told no to. But Mike says, sure. A few phone calls are made, called the management. Next thing you know, we're driving back home, packing up 2 cars and going on, a pretty nationwide tour,
which
opening for Spine Shank. You got hell for? Oh. Yeah. But that was the thing. Spine Shank gave us our break, and we became friends with those guys, and that tour was absolutely amazing. And it was my memory of it, I'm sure it had to be this way for us all, because none of us had done like a real tour before where there was a crew out there and organization and day sheets and tour buses and all this kind of stuff. And I just remember the smell of the fog from Spine Shank's smoke machines and lights, seeing like bands with lights. Just we learned so much on that, and we're exposed to so much. So awesome. But then a year goes by, we get signed, we get Spine Shank's management. They hooked us up with everything, gave us a break. We probably wouldn't be here without them, without that experience. Chimaira wouldn't be. But then you have to leave the band. And now, here we are, 25 years later, you're back. You are a guitar player in Spine Shank. Yeah. You just did a full US tour, played some amazing, enormous festivals. You're about to head to Europe for your first time?
Yeah.
First time in Europe. Take us there. Tell us the journey. How did this happen? What it feels like? And I'm going to have so many questions along the way.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. Going back to like what you were just saying about when Spine Shank took us out on tour. So, because we got put on 3 of their shows that surrounded Cleveland. It was Toledo, Cleveland, and there was a West Virginia show, but we couldn't make it because of the weather. And they're like, yeah, just don't worry about it. We'll see you tomorrow in Cleveland. And those guys, it's like they're with their band, their crew, and just their circle. It's like a family, It's like, and right off the bat, it's like they included us in that family. They didn't treat us like outsiders. They treat us like equals, which was like, this is awesome. And it's just being the first real tour we ever did. It's like, but yeah, we were in the basement of the Agora, and Mark's like, yeah, I wish we could do the rest of this tour with you guys. And Mike's like, well, it's a booked package, and, but I can make a call. And made a call 10 minutes later. He's like, you guys are on it. We're like, that's awesome. Touring in a Matt's truck and Jay French's Ford Taurus.
Right. Yeah. So Matt DeVries, who would eventually take your spot.
Yeah.
He had like an SUV that we could put a trailer on. So that's how we got the gear around. So
Yeah.
Matt DeVries was also on that tour, and no one had any idea that he would one day
a
take
little
your spot.
foreshadowing.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, and then after, after a while, after we signed a Roadrunner, recorded our first tour after recording Pass Out of Existence was with Spine Shank again, which also happened to be my last tour in Chimaira.
And that was U.S.?
Yes.
Was that with like Switched and No One? Was that tour?
Yeah, No One.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And they were like one of the very few bands that I've stayed in close contact with over the years. It's just, because they were always like so cool, And then like over the past few years, I kept telling them like, dude, you guys need to get back together, man. People would love that. And they're like, no. And, just kind of blew it off and stuff like that. And then
I had no idea you in your ear about that. That's awesome.
And is it late January? Like Tommy called me. He's like, yeah, we're getting back together and doing a tour, like 25-year anniversary tour of Height of Callousness, and want to know if you want to play guitar. I was just like, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, no hesitation, nothing, because it's like, because it's weird to join a band that's been established for a while. So I was always kind of iffy about that, like when I was asked to join other bands, but
this is a different level.
Yeah, because you kind of feel like an outsider, but like with them, it's like they always treated you like family. So I don't feel like an outsider at all with those guys, So it's very comfortable to join the band, and just they're awesome dudes. And then leading up to me, in middle of May, like I flew out to get ready for the tours, so we had like 2 weeks of full band practices and stuff like that, which up to that point I was just at home trying to figure out the songs as best I could by ear, because let's face it, online tabs just aren't all that great, so.
But what was it like after that phone call, hanging it up? How did you feel?
I was just like, oh my God, it's like
was it an immediate yes, or did you say, let me check my schedule?
No, it was immediate yes.
Okay, so you committed right there.
Yeah.
Then they told you they'd planned some stuff out for the year, so you knew what you were getting into, and you just, fuck it, this is what's happening. Yeah, because
at first it was like there was a couple festival dates confirmed, and there was the tour, the co-headline with Union Underground, but we didn't know the exact dates yet. So it's like, he's like, yeah, we're going to be touring for a while, but I'm like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. Didn't even hesitate. And then as soon as I got off the phone, I was just like, oh my God, it's like I'm getting a second chance at something that, like, even in my wildest dreams didn't think I would get a first chance.
Right.
So.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I called my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, just got asked to join Spine Shank. And I said, yeah. And she's like, that's amazing. I'm just like, wait, what? Because I definitely wasn't used to the support by significant others, but, and then I told London, which is my son, and he got super excited, just like, oh, that's awesome, and so everybody was really happy for me. So, which was good. It was cool, because it's just like, it's like I told a lot of people, it's like, this has been the first year, and I don't know how long that just hasn't been total shit. It's like all this amazing stuff's happening. I'm just like, I can't believe it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just I'm assuming out of the blue call.
Yeah.
It's one of those life-changing calls that you weren't expecting to get that morning, right?
Yeah, no,
and
definitely
you hang up
wasn't.
the phone, and all of a sudden, there's a lot of work to do too.
Yeah. So it was definitely, it was stressful leading up to it. I mean, exciting, no second thoughts by any means, but it was like real stressful. I'm just like, oh my God, I got so much to do to get ready. And just the whole fear of like, oh my God, I don't want to let these guys down, So, but once I got out there, we started practicing, it's like, first few practices, a little rough trying to get the kinks worked out of everybody working as a unit. But
And to that point, you were saying I interrupted, but you were trying to work on tabs, but there weren't good tabs online.
It's just they weren't very reliable, So I mean, they helped a little in some parts, but I'm like, that's wrong. That's not right. But
so you just kind of did your best,
yeah,
and then showed up at
and then when I got there, like tiny little things that like I was hearing wrong or whatever, or just picking might have been slightly different. Like we worked all that out pretty quick. So
it was original drummer Tommy,
mm-hmm.
original singer Johnny, original bass player Rob.
Yep.
And then Tommy's son Tommy,
yeah.
which was incredible because in Chimaira's first European tour, we went with Spine Shank, and Tommy was a little kid that came on the tour, and his mom would homeschool him on the bus and stuff. He was probably 4 or 5 years old. Yeah. And like we said, now 25 years later, he's in Spine Shank. So it was probably nice to have another guitarist who had been working on the stuff and probably jamming with his dad.
Yeah.
That you could be like, how's that part go? Or what,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, because first time we went on tour with them, I think Tommy was like 5.
Yeah.
Just hanging out and stuff. And it's just like, damn, it's like, this little kid's probably seen more than most grown men could only like imagine, but.
And he was probably Tommy's age when we were older, Tommy Senior or whatever, at that age. It's probably like the same dude.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, and I was the same age that little Tommy is now when we first met Spine Shank.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, because I think Big Tommy, I think, has had custody of him since he was 2. So just on the road with him pretty much every tour except for maybe a couple.
It's funny. Big Tommy. Because
even though little Tommy's a little bit taller now, it's still,
No, but I mean, instead of like Tommy Senior or something, just Big Tommy, because the other one's Little Tommy. We've always called him Little Tommy, so that's Big Tommy.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so crazy, like seeing him like grown up. It's like pushing 30. It's like Jesus. Where'd the time go? So, but yeah, it's awesome, man. Like everybody's like super cool. Like it's like an instant connection with those guys. Good. Which I'm sure you remember how it was with them. So
where were you jamming?
We had a practice spot, probably about a half hour from the hotel that me and Johnny were staying in when we were out there.
Is that their headquarters, or did they just get like a temporary spot?
It was a temporary spot. So, because Johnny lives up in Portland now.
Oh.
Yeah. So like when I flew out, I flew out to Portland and helped him drive some gear down to LA. So, and then we were there for about 2 weeks. So.
And this is May?
Yep.
May of this year, 2025. And then the first show was when?
June, I think it was June 5th.
Okay. So you had a couple weeks to jam.
Then no. Yeah, June 5th, yeah.
A couple weeks to rehearse, a couple weeks off, then thrown right into it.
Yeah, and then I'm by the time I'm recording this, I fly back out to LA on Monday, which is the 18th, to get ready because we have
5 days from now. Okay, yeah.
Because we have a headlining show at the Whiskey, which will be fun, and then the second leg of the co-headline tour with Union Underground starts September 6th.
When's the last time you played the Whiskey?
It was with you guys. It was on my last tour in Chimaira.
2001, somewhere. Yeah. Awesome. Back to the Whiskey. See, these are the accomplishments, man, that, you got to be grateful for later in life as a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm beyond grateful, and it's like, I tell everybody, it's like I said, it's like, I never thought I would get this chance again, and I definitely don't take it for granted. I'm like grateful, to be able to do it. So
talk about night one. Even talk about start at going out there to start the tour. Did you meet in LA, get into the bus or van or vehicle or whatever, drive to where was the first show? Just talk about setting off.
Okay. Well, like I said, I first flew out to Portland, spent a couple days at Johnny's house. Then we drove all the way down to LA. And then I think it was like the next day. It was either 1 or 2 days after I got there that we started rehearsing. We practiced for a couple hours a day, running through the set and all that stuff. And then
just a couple hours.
Well,
What'd you do with all the rest of your time then?
Well, because it was in the evening. Because rest of my time sat around the hotel room, like what the hell am I gonna do?
Okay.
But just because like those guys were still at their day jobs.
Okay.
So like we were
making do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we practiced in the evening and stuff like that. So, but it was more than enough time that we were ready when we head out on the road. And then if you want to call it a bus, showed up, and
you said it was a bandwagon, right?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Well,
we won't get into it,
but still, bandwagon was probably the best vehicle you had toured in till that point, because there's just number one,
the biggest,
a place to go all day. You can just at least somewhere to sit all day that isn't just in the club.
Yeah.
And you can lay down at night.
Yep.
So enormous. How many nights did I spend up against Jim in a van? Or I don't know, who are you sitting next to all the time? I don't remember. But yeah, just long ass overnight drives through Arizona, New Mexico. Yeah, just hot and stinking and stuff like that. So yeah, once you graduate into RV, buses, bandwagons, whatever, a place to hang out all day and a place to lay down.
And a place to take a piss.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Imagine in the van, 12 guys, all the different times people have to piss. We're stopping all the time. And it got to the point where people get mad at you. You didn't want to say that you had to piss. I didn't, because I'd be feared Mark would be like, dude, we just stopped back at 3.
Like filling up like Snapple bottles and stuff like that, so we don't have to stop.
Yeah. Hagar's. Is this Hagar's or is it Snapple? Well,
dude, I remember vividly, we were in Bruce's Winnebago and you filled up 2 Snapple bottles.
You know how we get.
Yeah, hey. But
okay, so you head out, you get into the bandwagon.
Yep.
But still cool, right?
Yeah.
Leave from LA. Where's the first show?
Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, okay. Yeah. I remember that. We'd play like an outdoor place there that I remember. Yeah, I thought we played this like outdoor kind of pavilion or something.
Yeah, this place.
Backstage or back room or maybe that's in Austin.
See, we played it. It was like part of it was like a sports bar, and then like in the back they had like a venue. So we played. It was like a one-off show, like a warm-up show for the. Union Underground wasn't on it.
Okay.
So we headlined it, but the one band, Sixth Sense, who was on the first leg of the co-headline tour, they played that show with us.
Okay.
So, and then after that, I think we had a total of five shows in Texas.
Still, that first night, what was that day like for you? What was it like leading up to getting on stage, being on stage, all that?
It was exciting but nervous at the same time, because I mean, it wasn't like a huge show by any means. And, I'm grateful to the fans that definitely showed up, but dude, the venue, like the air conditioning wasn't working.
You gotta love that in Texas.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, just got up there, just played. Then afterwards, like everybody's like, oh, you guys did great, all this stuff. So.
Well, did you have nerves going
Oh yeah,
up? I mean,
definitely. Like I always have nerves when I first get on stage, no matter how many times I've played, but within that first song, the adrenaline kicks in. And
let me ask you this. I love Johnny. I think that he's an incredible front man, very strong singer, fun, happy-go-lucky guy and stuff like that. Was he nervous? Does he get nervous? He doesn't seem like a guy that would get nervous to me.
No, not really. Or at least not that he showed anyways.
Right on. So I guess what I'm getting at is, did you feel that support from those guys and that like let's do this, don't worry about it, let's go have some fun?
Yeah, because I mean, like going into it, I had my doubts and stuff, like as far as me, like I said, worried that I'd let those guys down and stuff like that, but they just they kept telling me like, oh, you're awesome, man, you're doing great. So I'm like, that made me feel really good. So then, we had all the shows were good, like crowds, like some places were like way bigger than I expected. Some, like kind of smaller, but dude, those small shows, man, it's like when you pack like a small club, it's just like the energy is insane.
Back to the old days.
Yeah. And it's just, and I've always been one of those people where like everybody always asks me like, oh man, if there's a lot of people there, do you get nervous? And it's like, to me, like the bigger the crowd, like the more I feed off of it, the more comfortable I feel, which is kind of, I guess, odd for a lot of people to think about. But so, we're doing that, and on this first leg of the tour, like, we played at Incarceration.
Yeah.
Which is the first festival I ever played, largest crowd by far that I've ever played.
Big outdoor festival, Incarceration. Chimaira did it in 24. Mansfield, Ohio, where Shawshank was filmed. So yeah, and that was a huge ass crowd. Awesome festival.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest show you'd ever played. To that point. So
yeah, it's because we played around 1:00 in the afternoon.
How many shows in were you of the tour?
I mean, it's a little bit of a blur.
Were you comfortable? Did you have enough?
Oh,
on your,
yeah.
Were you guys clicking?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the first couple shows there's.
Yeah, the first couple
mistakes,
shows you're
nerves, all that,
like working out the kinks and stuff like that. But by then we had it down.
Good. Okay.
Because our first show of the tour was June 5th, and then Incarceration was on the 16th. Okay. I think. So yeah, we just walked out on stage, and it's like, even at 1:00 afternoon, there's probably like at least 20, maybe 30,000 people there already.
Awesome.
Because that day sold out. Because Manson, Slipknot, Slaughter to Prevail all played that day. So it was like, and then later that night, Corey Taylor gave us a shout out, which was awesome. I was like, wait, what? That's awesome.
How what's the fan response been to Spine Shank's return? When you're looking out in the audience, are they all diehard Spine Shank fans? Are they new? Are they people with their kids? And then into Incarceration, where people singing along, it
was insane. Like, definitely had some young kids at the shows, which was really cool. And like, mostly with like the more hit songs, like Synthetic, New Disease, Smothered, all that stuff. Like, dude, you could just hear the crowd singing along. It's like,
those are catchy choruses, man.
Yeah, it's always a good feeling when you've got like this crowd just like singing back to you. Like,
yeah.
It's better than any drug you could possibly take. So, and I mean, I've even said that sometimes it's better than sex, but people are like, oh, how could you say that? I'm like, try it. I mean, so, but yeah. And then, had about a 2-week break. Then I'm heading back out, and on the second leg of the tour, we're doing Louder Than Life, which you guys are doing too. I think we're playing the same day.
Cool. Yeah, I think so.
And then also doing Aftershock. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to be there. Then in November, we're flying over and doing a bunch of UK and Ireland dates with doing a co-headline with Drowning Pool.
Word.
Then Head PE's playing.
The Drowning Pool guys were always super nice.
Yeah, and then right after that, we're going to Europe for like maybe 2 weeks, playing some dates, and then on December 5th we have a show in California with Snot, which is going to be really fun. So cool. And then after that, home for the holidays.
Nice.
So
I can't believe Head PE's still going.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love being out there playing and stuff like that, it's always nice to get little breaks, just because I'm not as young as I used to be, so my body's a little wrecked.
I hear that. But I still would think you've had a 20 plus year break.
Yeah.
Push through. This is the shit, dude.
I'm not complaining at all. I mean, playing the shows, and like during our last song of the set, there's a little bit of extended breakdown that we do before we kick into the end. And I'd always go out and stand on a little platform that's on the barricade, just to get in the crowd's face. And then, little Tommy started coming out and doing it with me. And then as soon as the song ends, as long as the crowd's packed tight enough, of course, throw my guitar on stage, just jump right into the crowd. So It's like my old hardcore kid, era days comes out, and it's just got to get in there. I mean, I even used to do that when we used to play the Odeon and Chimaira, just right. Like, which one time when I went to jump in the crowd, not realizing my wireless transmitter was in my pocket, and I see my guitar following me through the air. I'm like, oh!
I think I remember that, yeah.
Oh, God, it was...
Almost in slow motion.
Yep.
You notice it. Yeah.
Thinking how stupid I must look right now. Like, oh, man.
Tethered to the barricades. So
Yep.
how's your guitar's dangling? Just wanted to take a sec here to mention that I've become aware via YouTube analytics that almost 70% of you guys watching my videos right now aren't subscribed to the channel. So I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to consider go ahead and doing so. Just hitting that subscribe button. It's free, quick, and easy, and is a big help to me. Really helps me do cooler things here on the channel, which in turn makes better videos for you guys and more videos for you guys too. So again, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video.
But yeah, dude, it's just fun because, dude, it's like, I mean, like I've said before, like on past episode with, you know, my depression issues and stuff like that, dude, playing live is by far the best antidepressant I could have. You know, like, hasn't been bothering me at all.
Yeah, it allows you to forget about things for a while and live almost in a little different dimension for an hour.
It's just like, it's like I love at the shows, just hanging out, meeting new people and stuff like that. Cause, you know, like I'm grateful because without them, you know, we're nothing, you know, like we just be a bunch of dudes in a room just playing to each other.
Right.
So, but I'm still getting used to, you know, for like the past like 10, 15 years, I've been a total recluse. You know, if I'm not tattooing, I'm just at home, you know, like don't go out, don't socialize, like no social life. But now it's like, I'm thrown into it and it's like, I love it, but it's kind of new to me all over again. So,
right. I know we all turn more into homebodies as we get older and stuff.
But, it's like I've always been pretty socially awkward too. So
the good thing is that, you know, everybody that you're talking to and wants to talk to you generally wants to talk to you and has respect for you and the music, not only Spine Shank, Chimaira and all that. So I know that must make that a lot easier and more enjoyable, you know?
Definitely. It's like, I love it. At the same time, it's almost like weird because it's like, you know, because when I look back at like, you know, like when we were teenagers and these bands that we're influenced by, and like if I would have got to meet them, I'm like, oh my God, you know? And then when people come up to me like that, and I'm just like, I'm just a normal dude, man. It's hard for me to imagine that like people look up to me or inspired by me or in some cases idolize. I mean, not trying to say, you know, you should idolize me, but it's weird because I don't think of myself like that. You know, it's like, you know, and even though like I tell everybody that like you've always been like a huge influence on me from working with you but still it's like, it's hard to look at your peers the same way you looked at musicians when you were young. Right. If that makes sense, you know, it's like...
Right, they seemed older and on a different level, but now you realize that they were just like you too.
Yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. It's almost like being in a band ruined my idols for me, you know, like, or at least but then again, you know, some people take that whole idol worship to a really unhealthy level, so.
Yeah. You got to look out for that too.
Yeah. Not that I think I'm going to ever be a victim of that, but you know, it's like, one can only hope.
You did write Sphere and This Present Darkness, right? And so those are big, you know.
Yeah.
So you mentioned briefly that you have to get a passport. So did you say that this is going to be your first time overseas? Yeah.
Like the only time I've ever been out of the US is like a few times that I visited Canada.
Right. Dude, I know it's going to be great because Roadrunner put a lot of time into promoting bands like Chimaira, Spine Shank, in El Nino, I think especially at that time, you know, over there in the UK especially, and all of the shows, we did a lot of shows together over there, those three bands, and they were all great, and I could tell just the adoration for Spine Shank.
Some of those shows in UK they've already been sold out.
Awesome.
So it's like wow.
What are you going to be traveling in there?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll be sharing a bus or get a bandwagon or something like that.
I wonder if they have bandwagons. They didn't in the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Not that I know.
I know for the second leg of this co-headline tour, we do have like a full-size bus.
Cool.
So
cool. Remember those first memories? You know, there was a Spine Shank going on Spine Shank's bus. It was like just walking into heaven.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like, It's like, oh my God, is this real?
Yeah.
You know, like,
wow. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Yeah.
it was cool too. Cause like, I remember like the last time I just saw Spine Shank play, it's when they're touring with Disturbed.
Okay. So that '09
Yeah.
Music as a Weapon tour.
And like London was still, you know, he was pretty little. He was like maybe like 7 or 8, and took him up on Spine Shank's bus so he could hang out. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna see his first boobs, you know. But he didn't. And like, he took a picture with Johnny when he was little. So when then London was down at our Dallas show because like his girlfriend lives down there and she's gonna be moving up. But like, he came up on the bus and they recreated that photo.
Cool.
So it was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool, man. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. And so I imagine the sky's the limit, right? You guys gonna just keep piling on tours, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't.
This isn't an experiment, is it?
No.
Okay.
Like they, I mean, I know they're already. I mean, I can't go into details and stuff like that, but you know, they're already booking.
This is a safe place.
They're already, you know, we're getting stuff booked out already into like next summer. So,
good. Who's your agent?
Alex Gilbert at TKO.
TKO. Okay, right on.
So but it's one of those things, man. Is like as long as people want to hear us, we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the crew situation been like? Anybody that I would remember from back in the day?
I don't think so.
I remember Chris. Remember he was Mike's guitar tech. He was a big guy.
Like none of those guys are there now.
No.
So
Do you travel with a front house engineer or no?
No.
So
not at least not this past tour. I mean,
you're still
at some point
in the rebuild right now. You know, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, so money's tight in the beginning.
Sure,
so.
Get your ducks in a row, earn your stripes back, all that. I get it. That's cool. So, what about new music? Possible? You know?
Yeah, we're talking about it, but like it's one of those things. Again, it's like, you know, if the fans want it, you know, like if you don't think that, you know, it's like, all right, are we going to put out music and nobody's going to care, you know? So it'll basically be based more on like, you know, the response of everybody. And like so far the response has been great.
Well, who's going to say no? No one would say no, right?
No,
like,
I mean,
you want to hear some new Spine Shank? Nah.
I mean, it's definitely, you know, the plan. I mean, we all definitely want to. So
cool.
But you know, that wouldn't be for a while because like I said, you know, we're already getting booked into next summer. So it would be after that.
Well, good. As things keep happening, gears will continue to turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's managing you guys? Is it Tom?
Yeah.
Right on. Old Hazard. He's back in the game too, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, he's been doing a good job. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, I keep seeing. Well, if you're adding dates, then things are happening.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's the one that got the ball rolling. Actually, right. You know, because he like talked to like Tommy and them, and it's like, why don't you guys get back together? And he's like, and they're like, dude, do people even still care? It's like, well, and Tom's like, let me put some feelers out, and then pretty much almost instantly, Tom came back to him, said, yeah, we got these offers for like Louder Than Life and all this other stuff. And they're like, wait, what? You know, they're like, all right, so
yeah. And those are super helpful because those big festivals are, for people that don't know, those big festivals are generally higher guaranteed, higher pay is an understatement. They're quadruple what you'd normally be receiving and stuff. So that allows you to kind of bank some money to do normal tour dates and start building around that. So those are huge building blocks, you know, for any band, for any tour, and especially for a rebuild.
Yeah. And then like, you know, people are messaging us, you know, like, oh, how come there's no dates here? Or you got to come here. And it's like, give us time. You know, it's like, because, you know, we're going to try to get everywhere we can possibly go, you know?
Yeah, I know. I saw,
you know, and we'll be doing more US dates. So if we're not coming to your city or state, just hold on.
I saw you guys were hitting a lot of the smaller markets too, that I remember us hitting back in the day, you know? So I'm sure, you know, that
some
helps.
of those smaller markets are sometimes like the best.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I always say places like Spokane, Washington, something like I just have memories of, I don't remember the name of the club, I don't anything like that, but just those certain shows where it's intimate, like you said, but they're smaller.
Odessa.
That's a different story. I definitely have memories of Odessa, but being an awesome show is not one of them. You know?
Yeah.
So.
The rodeo out back was the most entertaining part.
Right.
But I mean, there was a couple shows that we played that the venues were that size, but they were packed, and everybody was like, totally into it. So it's like, but
yeah.
So it's like, I've got Cleveland people asking like, oh, there's no Cleveland date. I'm like, I already let them know that I want to do a Cleveland date, but with playing like Incarceration and even like some of the other festivals, there's that like proximity clause, that you can't play a certain distance for like a certain amount of time. So that plays a role. So we have to wait.
Right. Yeah. But there's time and you'll come around.
Yeah.
Now mention that, so as you moved your way southeast at the beginning of that tour, I noticed that you started posting that you'd hit a Buc-ee's, your hat there, which I had never hit, but I just did a couple weeks ago. We drove down to Florida on the way back, and I'm like, oh, there's a Buc-ee's. And I said, Hagar said that it's an amazing gas station or something like that. So we stopped. No,
was it a regular gas station or was it one of the big truck stops?
Dude, it was a truck stop. No, I mean, yeah, there was probably
it's like an indoor city of like
50, like, or 100, like whatever gas things, pumps or whatever. And then, the inside, we didn't even get anything because it was so packed. Yeah. But I mean, dude, the stations of like, I don't know, like a barbecue station, a Mexican station, an ice cream station, the coffee thing, dude, bathrooms, they say nicest bathrooms. They were really nice.
It's, oh my God. Like, cause I remember like the very first time that I stopped at one, like I was in Texas and everybody's like, oh, you guys stopped at a Buc-ee's. You guys stopped at a Buc-ee's. I'm like, how good can the gas station be? You get there, you're like, it's almost like raise a light or like, oh. It's like,
so good, you bought a hat.
Yep. Dude, I would have bought the Buc-ee's onesie if I would have had the money to blow on something just ridiculous. But you can buy them online, so there's hope.
You used to buy ridiculous stuff at gas stations and truck stops, didn't you?
Like that, and you remember when I used to always take the Bibles from the hotels we would stay at?
Yeah. You still have those?
No. So, I don't know what happened to them. Lost them in one of my various moves.
How many do you think you collected over the years?
Because I only really did it in Chimaira and
a few dozen.
I think it was on the Spine Shank tours that we did it. I think, probably like maybe 50.
Well, it's nice of you to spread the good word.
Just taking the word of God, man.
That's right. Yeah, man. So it's a fucking killer. From the Ascension days, see, I was a fan. Hagar, I think I said this probably in the first one, but you were a scary dude, but not a scary dude. Like I was scared of you, like as a young deicide and Cannibal Corpse loving dude. You were this evil guy on stage in Ascension, and DeVries, Chris Wood, like you guys were amazing, And then and you had you had the 666 on your bass and stuff, and so we were like, this guy's evil, And then
Ascension had the whole like satanic theme to it too, like at the time. So which was all a joke.
My first practice, I didn't know what to expect. My first practice coming with Chimaira, and you're there, and I was like, oh, this guy's a sweetheart, So
it's funny because like so many people that I'm friends with say that before they knew me, they were terrified of me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm like, do you see the way I'm built? I mean, it's like, how much damage could I possibly do? But and just
judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, it's like I always joke that I've got resting psycho face. So it's like,
what's that? RPF instead of RBF, right?
Because like our photos inside the Pass Off Existence cover, like, dude, I look evil as hell. I'm like, I tell people like, no, we were in a glass recycling plant. I had a migraine and the sun was blinding me. I'm just like, I was in pain. I'm not angry, but I was like, it has a little mystery, I
agree. So this whole thing, man, sum it up. Like I said, this Cinderella story, in a sense, do you think that it was luck, divine intervention? Just what granted you this second chance? Being available?
I think kind of a combination of all of it. I think everything just fell into place at the right time, and just maybe partially due with like just how things have been going for me like the past 10 or so years. Like it's finally my turn to be happy, type of thing, and like it felt good too that like they they told me, they're like, yeah, there's other guys we could have easily gotten from LA, but we wanted you. So I was like, wow.
That's amazing.
That made me
Good
feel
for you.
really good.
Congratulations, man.
So,
that's like I said, there's so many of us that have commented how proud we are for you, man.
And I mean, and like even said, it's just like they did so much for us back in the day, it's like, and, they didn't want anything in return. They're just cool dudes that like to help out friends.
And hell, you're working for free, right?
Yeah.
No,
no. I'm a little too old to be working for free.
Yeah.
But
well, cool, man. That's awesome. Are you looking forward to Europe? And I mean, I don't just mean. Are you looking forward to? Do you have any desire to see the world?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be a little rough with how picky of an eater I am, because even though like nothing's no dates or anything like that are confirmed yet. They're we're talking about Japan and Australia, and we'd love to go to like Brazil and stuff like that, but it just depends on if we can,
Has Spine Shank ever been to those places? Japan, Australia, South America?
I'm not sure if they've been to Japan. I know they've never been to Australia. They've never been to South America. And like everybody there wants to see them. So it's like if we can get shows booked, we want to come.
Yeah, man.
So, but it's cool. I think places like Japan would be a little hard because it's like, I'm just probably going to end up living on rice the whole time that I'm there, because
you need to make a YouTube series, Hagar in Japan. Talk about everything you're doing. Hey, I'll give you
day 5 since I've eaten anything.
Yeah. No, man, let me give you a little advice. Take it or leave it however you want. But I didn't know that you were a very picky eater. But all those years Chimaira would go overseas, we would complain about the food for the reason that it was different than what we were used to, and we couldn't get what we wanted. Where I think now, if I had the opportunity to go back, I would just have a completely different mindset. I would just try to enjoy it and be like, and I'm a person that enjoyed it. There's certain ones of us, Jim and I, we eat everything, but guys like Arnold suffered big time, like he didn't want to eat anything. He would ship his own food there, so he didn't have to.
Yeah, I don't think I would go to that extreme. I'm sure I could find something.
I remember our manager being like, what's all this on the manifest of what we're shipping, and it's like an extra like 800 pounds in weight for Arnold to ship over all his nuts and protein powders. So, but anyways, so that's just my advice, is to just try to have an open mind and be like, hey, I'm here. There's why not try to enjoy the fare that they're having, and maybe you'll have a different
I mean,
experience.
like Europe, England, Ireland, even Australia, stuff like that wouldn't be that hard for me, because the food's different, but not that different.
You could still get burgers, pizza, fries, anything,
I mean, and in the U.S., it's just like you've got all kinds of different foods from different cultures. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, even though it's hard to really call it authentic European food here, but it's similar. And then, plus growing up with a Hungarian stepdad, my mom always made like a lot of like Hungarian and just various European things. So.
And
I didn't like most of them.
I was going to say that. How did you take that?
Some of them I really like. Some of the stuff I really liked, but I'm really excited to go over there. Just, I don't know, see the world, and how many other opportunities would I have to do that,
What, indeed. So I don't remember exactly. I just looked a week ago or something like that, but it looked like primarily UK shows, but then maybe like a couple like Netherlands ones.
Yeah, there's some. Pull them up. Yeah, we've got a lot of UK.
I need to get one of those guys like Frank. Can you put that up on screen? And have somebody. I need like a producer.
Like, because Europe, it was kind of like after we booked like the UK shows. I think it was Head PE that asked us if we wanted to do European dates with them, and it's only like, I forget how many. It's not a ton, but. We're planning on, going back next year, so like.
What were those dates?
Well, I mean, I could just sit here and list them all off if you want.
Well, so you're going to be in the UK. What countries? Yeah. Just say what countries.
What areas of the UK?
No.
From after that, like, okay. After UK, we're going to be in Belgium.
Okay.
Netherlands. We've got 2 shows in the Netherlands.
013 by any chance? Is the 013 one of them? Tilburg? That's a fun place. We played with Spine Shank a bunch.
No, we're not in Tilburg.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 shows in Poland.
Poland.
I
Cool.
mean, 3 shows in Germany, and then our last show is in Poland.
Cool.
And then we got to fly back because we have the Snot show in LA 3 days after we play Poland. So that's gonna be fun with the jet lag.
Wow. Yeah.
So
you'll make it happen as long as everything goes well. Didn't Spine Shank get stuck in Europe for 9/11 or something?
yeah, I think they were in England
Yeah.
when 9/11 happened. I think they got stuck there for a few days.
Well, that'll be fun, man. I love all those places. The UK, like I said, you're gonna have a blast there. Netherlands is a cool vibe, laid back. I love that whole area. Belgium, me and Jim would always just walk the like cobblestone streets and like go into those little pastry shops. It'd be like a couple of old grannies in there who would love that there'd be people in there. They were like wide-eyed, like I'll take that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get a coffee and stuff like that. Germany's always fun, man. You got to go to like one of those Hofbrau houses or whatever with the chicks with 5 beers, big, stuff like that, dude. They're in the bathrooms. The one that I remember, we've been to a few of them, but there's this one just absolutely huge. I mean, like, I can't even say just how many long ass picnic tables and just everybody, and then lined up or drinking beer and eating bratwurst and stuff. And then when you go in the bathrooms, next to each urinal was a throw up station, literally. So you could just throw up, and it's
always
there's
good
a
to be
place.
prepared.
Yeah, right. Go back out, keep it trucking. And then Poland, we had a good time there. I think we were only there once, like on one tour, but played 2 places. I think maybe we were there a couple times. I don't know, but those were fun. Always great shows, especially a lot of the Eastern European stuff like that. They're packed, at least from my memory. You know, because they don't get as much. Everybody goes to the UK, and then those surrounding areas, France, Netherlands, stuff like that. You know, so the further you make it east, man, just a lot of diehards that aren't privileged with getting American bands as frequently.
Yeah,
and just
I mean, and then just metal in Europe is just like the metal fans there are just a whole different level, you know. So
not that we don't love our American metal fans.
Oh, we definitely do.
But yeah, like I'm just saying it's different because I just don't think they get it as much.
Yeah.
You know, here you see Slipknot every weekend, right? You know, no, just kidding. Not that often.
Yeah, and it seems like it's more ingrained into just the everyday culture there too. I mean, I could be wrong because, you know, like I said, I've never been there, but that's.
And I haven't been since, I think, 2010 was maybe my last time, and maybe we were only in the UK for that one, I think. But yeah, so I haven't been in 15 years, man. I don't know how much could have changed.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, it's like one of the things I love about touring is just meeting new people, and then you know, getting to meet people in person around the world is going to be amazing. So. Then, you know, I'm hoping there'll be time to like see some of the like really cool like landmarks and architecture and stuff like that.
So you're just seeing stuff like that. Cool.
Yeah. Like on the first leg of this tour we were just on, we didn't get to see much, but we did get to stop to see Billy the Kid's grave, which was awesome.
Right on.
Just 'cause.
I love those Young Guns
And then
movies.
as soon as we got on the bus, we're like, we got to watch Young Guns.
Yeah.
So it's fun though. I mean, it's just I'm blessed because it's like you get to do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
You get to meet a lot of people and see a lot of places that you wouldn't be able to any otherwise, you know. And it's like, you know, and I realize it's like what I get to do is like something that tons of people like dream of, you know, and never get a shot. So it's like I'm grateful that I'm able to.
Of course, man. Hell yeah.
And you know, I don't think any sense of fame, no matter how little or great, you know, I don't think it's owed to anybody. So
good. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it, and I hope it goes super well, and that you know, the ride lasts a long time.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you guys all treat it with respect, there's no reason it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, talk about a little bit about your gear. What have you been using on this tour, and what are you going to be using in Europe? How you getting everything there? What's your plan for all that? So,
well, like I made a conscious effort that I wanted to do like a more streamlined rig that's easy to fly with, you know, kind of like how you switch
what everybody's
over, you
doing.
know, like I'm using the Fractal FM9, like for my preamp and any effects like that, you know, and like we're not running direct, you know, we still run through cabs and stuff like that.
So are you using a head for your power amp?
I'm using an ISP power amp. So it's about 100 watts. So
Do you travel with cabs or?
we do travel with cabs, but I can, when we go to Europe, we'll probably, in England and all that, we'll just rent cabs and stuff like that. But I can fly with, my pedal board. That way I still have my rigs, my amps, tones and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about if I'll be able to get the same kind of head there and like if everything will sound right. So it makes it a lot easier.
Cool.
I mean, sometimes I think just the standard head cab setup is easier, but this is definitely more convenient. I mean, and the whole like digital amp setups have like come so far, like from like those, like the old Line 6s, like when we were starting out Chimaira and stuff like that just sounded very digital. I think they've done a really good job with making them sound like actual tube heads and stuff like that.
So you run an FM9 to the ISP. I can't remember what that model is. I know that I can picture it.
It's the Stealth.
The Stealth, okay. And then what cab were you playing through?
It's the cab that I'm using on this tour. It's Johnny's cab. It's kind of like a Frankenstein, that it's the old cab that he put his own speakers in and stuff like that. So it sounds really good. Just because it would just be too much just for me to fly, like to ship my cab out there.
Yeah.
Because the one I have at home, I have a Marshall JCM 900 cab, which I think you just got one of those, didn't you?
It's
the
a
1960.
It's a 1960A lead that I just got. Yes, and I also have a 1960 BV that Horace is retolexing right now for me.
Right on.
So I'm looking forward to getting that back because that was the original Marshall. Remember you had a valve state when I joined Chimaira, and then I went out and bought that half stack with the valve state.
Yeah, I had the valve state running through that crate cab.
Okay.
In Chimaira.
Right on.
Until we got signed and we could afford,
Yeah. Yeah, so but that first Marshall rig, Horace is making brand new right now, so I'm stoked about that.
I would love to get my hands on like one of those, like that old valve state head that I used to have.
I would say I got one right in the other room, but it's at George's right now, but I still have it, yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, not that I would play out with it, but just to have, because like that's,
right. Well, I bought my original crate, just G1600 XL head that when I first joined Chimaira, I had the crate half stack. And so, but I sold that to get that Marshall. And then, but for nostalgia's sake, I bought another one, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and I would never play live with it. I probably got it, plugged it in, was like, ugh, and then it's just been sitting there since. But it's still cool to have, and it was $200.
Yeah, just for the sake that like this is where I started, and so it'd just be cool to have like that. So, and
you're playing a couple Schechters right now, right?
Playing Schechters.
What is it?
It's the Reaper. It's like. It's awesome. It's someone, if you go on the site, it's all black, red binding, it initially comes with Fishman's in it, but since I'm with EMGs, I had them put the Jim Root signature EMGs in it, which, dude, those things sound awesome. Like they're really close to, it's like, the only way I can describe them is like, they sound like an 81, but with like the thickness of a passive pickup. So they have all that high gain and output, but they're a little bit warmer and a little bit thicker. So,
are you going to be taking those to Europe?
Yes.
How do you transport them? Just 2 cases?
Yeah. So I'm going to be getting one of those like those Gator like mini trunks
for that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about that. I'm sure you have, but remember that you're going to have to be carting everything that you need for life. Your gear, your suitcase, everything like that through airports, all the baggage checks, everything like that.
Oh, trust me. Like when I flew out to California, it was like, or Portland, it was like, I had big ass suitcase. I had my Fractal, which was fucking kills your shoulder after a while. Backpack, 2 guitars, like trying to go through the airport. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So that's why, like, when I flew home, I just left everything that I just didn't need for 2 weeks. Left my guitars out there, left everything. But I mean, I brought the Fractal home, but just so that I could still jam and stuff like that, because, you can use them, plug them into your interface. So, but.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I remember the first time that we used to we used to ship everything to Europe. So we'd have this company called Sound Moves come to the rehearsal spot. They'd pick everything up. They'd like kind of wrap it, put it on a pallet, and truck it, and then it would be shipped over there and be waiting for us when we get there. But that started getting like really, really expensive. I'm talking, 25, 30 grand, to ship all the stuff. And we're just like, all right. So then we just left everything there, and decided that was just to have a European backline, But then I wanted to bring, when I switched from having my pedal board, I don't know if you remember, but I had like a pedal board setup that had like my decimator, my channel changer, a delay pedal, a chorus pedal, wah pedal, just a regular, just stomp box type thing, that. And then I switched to the GSP 1101, which is my first multi-effects unit, but it still wasn't responsible for my tone, just my effects. Yeah. But so I needed to get that over to Europe now that I was traveling with that. So I got this brand new case, got everything all set up for it and stuff for the pedal board, and I had to fly it over there. And so get through baggage claim, I see it coming around, and I see like a bunch of tape on it around the case. I'm like, what? And I look, and the whole front, if you just picture a case with latches and a handle, had been completely sheared off. Like they were gone. So I got to do this whole tour then every night and every day re-taping my thing closed. And man. I was like, So shit happens, And, so be prepared for things like that when you fly with the stuff, man, because no baggage handlers care about your gear like you do.
Yeah, because there's definitely some stuff we're gonna have to ship, like all Tommy's like electronic stuff.
He's got a full electronic.
Because all the electronic
incorporated thing into his acoustic kit.
Yeah, because we don't use a backing track or click track or anything like that. Like
he trigger samples.
Tommy, he's got all the triggers all around his drums, and
he's an amazing drummer, man.
It's just, oh my God, just the amount of things that he's got to do when he plays. It's just like, whew.
Yeah. Plus all that energy.
Yeah.
Has he still got all that energy?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So.
And he used to have I hope he doesn't mind me saying this if he's watching, but he used to have a piss bucket next to him.
No, he didn't have that.
He doesn't have that anymore. He can hold it. You'd think the opposite. As you get older, you need to, you got to go.
Yeah, as I get older, I might need a piss bucket on the side of the stage.
Oh.
But I mean, it's like, I don't really drink anymore, so, I don't have to worry about having to piss every 5 minutes.
Just a Rolling Rock here and there. Or no, what was it? You said there was was it some Mexican beer or something? Or you posted some picture and you're like, I don't drink much.
Oh, the Lone Star.
Lone Star, the Lone Star State. Yeah.
It's like, it's the big Texas beer, but it's pretty much PBR with a different label. At least that's how it tastes. So
Rob still Bud Light?
Miller Lite.
He's done Miller Lite. Yeah. Okay. What about Johnny and Tommy?
I don't know. Like, Tommy likes his beers, but, we're all older, not
what about little Tommy, though?
He doesn't drink.
And is it cool? Is it anybody can do what they want, just keep it cool? Or
pretty much, some of the guys like to drink, and, I think the whole time we're out on tour, I think I maybe had a total of like 2.5 beers. So, which, I used to like drinking. But, and then, some guys like to drink, little Tommy doesn't drink. So, but nobody's like, oh, come on, have one. Nobody's like that. So
we got to have a beer sometime. So we kind of cross paths. I remember when I first joined the band, I wasn't drinking at all, like, especially not for shows or everything like that. But after the time when it got worse and worse, to the point where I'm ashamed of it. But anyways, sometime, we gotta have a beer. In fact, no, just kidding. If I had a fridge down here or something.
Do some meth.
Yeah. We've never done meth together. We gotta, hey, it's a first for everything, right? Yeah. So
do some meth and some butt bongs,
What's a butt bong?
It's where people like pour alcohol straight up their butt because it hits them faster.
What?
You've never heard of that? I've never done it.
But you have to remember, I'm not going to tell the story, but you have to remember that one time at Ground Zero in Spartanburg with Andre Abdo and a form of a butt bong.
The brand new, freshly cracked open beer.
Yeah, I think it was a Newcastle.
Yeah.
Maybe a
drinking so much yeast. Yeah.
But that's a story anybody want to hear. It'll have to happen over a beer. It can't happen on air like this.
Yeah, that's for a one-on-one conversation. It wasn't us. Yeah, we just observed.
We were just spectators. That's right. Innocent bystanders
on Spakuza's jacket.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, man. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, so you brought over a guitar for me to set up here. So that's cool as well. I'm going to be doing that one in another video. We'll show that off. What all did it need? It's an Evertune, and
it just because it'd been sitting around for a while. Just at least a year not being played because it's like a baritone.
Evertone.
Baritones are nice, but it's like I don't play it very often.
6-string.
Yep.
Right.
And so yeah, it needs set up. Neck needs adjusted. Like, I mean, since I love Evertunes now, I was weird with them at first, but they're still so new to me. I wouldn't even want to try to set that bridge up.
It's definitely intimidating once you get the hang of it. Then, but still, I mean, I do them so. I would say I work on them so infrequently because they're so low maintenance that like I always have to kind of do a refresher. Just look, what's this one again? Oh, that's the tuner. This is the intonation, and this is the saddle height or something like that. Yeah, I forget which hole.
It's funny because our guitar tech, who amazing guitar tech, but he never dealt with an Evertune before. He's just like,
yeah.
So I sent him your video.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Like, watch this. He knows it's all the ins and outs of it.
See, guys, right here, you'll see that video if you want to check that out to learn how to set up, how I set up an Evertune. So I'll look forward to that. I always like working on guitars and give it the RA treatment and get that back to you sometime. You don't need it for the trip over to to Europe, though. Okay.
No, it's just
a home strummer.
Yeah, it's just a home guitar.
Okay. Well, look out for that video coming up. It's got a beautiful top. I saw it outside. I'm not going to say what it is yet.
If you have the wiring and want to reconnect the other neck pickup, feel free.
What needs to happen? The neck pickup and the tone knob?
Yeah, right now only the volume and the bridge pickup are connected.
And you want it back to factory, like kind of?
Yeah, if you have the wiring harnesses and stuff like that laying around. If not, don't worry about it.
The wiring. I have more wiring harnesses than I know what to do with.
Well, good. So, then I might have to bring a few more guitars over for you.
Oh, all right. Cool, man. Hey, well, it's been a real pleasure. I always enjoy talking about you. And again, I'm just so happy for you that you've had this chance, man. We all back when that went down 25 years ago. Felt for you, but at the same time, we were just a full speed locomotive at the time that had to keep going.
Oh,
and you didn't expect us to stop or anything like that.
No, which is why I was trying to help with getting Matt to be like, hey, you guys should get Matt. Cool. I talked to Matt. He wants to do it. It's like I didn't really have time to wait. I needed to do it, but I also wanted to hopefully try to do as much as I could that wouldn't screw you guys over, because I know there was already another tour lined up when I...
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, you gave us plenty of time, let us know what you needed to do, and we all understood. But yeah, like I said, it was just full speed ahead, so we didn't really have time to, not grieve is the right word, but like there was no grieving. There was no processing period, really. It was just like, oh shit, Hagar, whoa, he's out. He's got it. Okay, wow, okay. Well, yeah, and then the fact that another homegrown guy, Matt, was right there, kind of ready to go, was
and he was already close with everybody from starting out as a guitar tech or just roadie.
Yeah,
but
yeah, man, so good, so happy for you. Love the Spine Shank guys. Tell them all hello, and then I'm so happy and proud of them as well. And then I'm so glad you guys are doing it again, and wishing you the best. Looking forward to seeing you at Louder Than Life. That's going to be. What is today? The 13th.
September, is it 19th?
So about a month away.
Yeah, about
a month away. And then Aftershock's only maybe a couple weeks after that, right?
Yeah.
Out in California.
Which is going to be fun. I don't know if for the same day at that one, but...
Haven't been to California. Man, I can't even remember 2010 or 11. So it'll be cool to get back to the West Coast. There's nothing like that sunshine, food.
High prices.
Yeah.
Dude, when I went out there, I was like, oh my God, everything is literally twice as expensive as it is in Ohio.
I have been there once for my aunt's funeral like 3-4 years ago, and at the hotel I was at, I do remember like I went down in the morning and it was like $17.99 for a piece of avocado toast or something. I'm just like,
why are you eating avocado toast to begin with?
All right, sorry, my $6 glass of orange juice. New age hippie. Yeah. Right. My bad. But I do remember thinking like, wow, these prices are super high, but maybe I thought it was the hotel I was at or something like that. But yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that the West Coast prices are inflated. So awesome.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
It's like I couldn't be happier. Love all the guys and all the new crew members I'm meeting, and just people on the road I'm meeting. So, and all of our tour dates and even links to buy tickets are all at spineshank.net. So, and we also have a VIP package that people can buy. So, which has been really cool, like meeting new people and stuff like that.
Cool.
So, having fun, just trying to live the dream as long as I can,
Amen.
Until the train either stops or I drop.
Nice. Until the train stops or I drop. That's the new Hagar slogan.
I'll let you use that.
Jason, thanks for watching, everybody. Check those tour dates, spineshank.net. That's what you said it was.
Yep, spineshank.net.
Go see Hagar. Get the VIP package. Buy Hagar a Lone Star. All right?
Well, only if I'm in Texas.
Okay. Well,
or you can send me a case of Lone Star. That'd be awesome.
Right. There you go. It's set up, I'm sure, All right, again, appreciate it. Hope to see you on the next one.
All right. Thank you very much.